And just settle into your seated posture, resting effortlessly at ease and open awareness. Observing your mind as it tracks here and there between the sense gates. Gradually settle into the seated posture, the body sensations of sitting. Spine loosely straight, supporting awareness, but relaxed. Adjusting the sitting posture to be receptive to the experience of the breathing taking place. Nothing that's arising in our internal or external environment needs to actually be changed or manipulated into some sort of special state. Awareness will know whatever is taking place in our internal or external environment. And hopefully the flexibility we're developing is not just physiological and structural, but flexibility in our responses to what arises. So our reaction or response to what arises gradually becomes more skillful, more compassionate, more loving. Thich Nhat Hanh said that we don't practice to become enlightened at some future time, because there is no future time. There is just now. Resting in the heart of open awareness is enough right now. Om Sahana Bhaktu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mahavidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Om Yogena Chitasya Patena Vacham Malam Shavirasya Chavaichakena Yopa Karatam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjamirhana Josi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidarinam Sahasrashya Sanshvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Hari Om. Okay, take Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog with the hands into the wall, please. Pushing that away into the wall, pushing into the wall with the hands, drawing the arms up into the sockets, lengthening from armpit to groin, not pushing toward the legs, but just lengthening, extend the side ribs and inner back body. Don't try to push the spine toward the chest at all. As you lengthen the waist and groins more, maybe the head comes down, but you don't sink into the armpit chest. And bend the knees, come down and rest. Those of you who can do handstand at the wall, do that. If you cannot do handstand kicking up, you can also just do half, walking up the wall. Those of you who can kick up into full arm balance, do that. Keep a good push off. Gives you the momentum, and the second leg has to swing quickly. Those of you who were able to go up, come down lightly and stay in uttanasana. Starting with concave spine, as the legs receive this pose. And go back to downward dog. Into the wall again with the arms, with the hands. And then bend the knees and just sit on the heels and rest. Okay, I have a block and a strap for pinchamayarasana. Again, if you don't kick up into that pose, you can do half. I like to put the strap on my forearms, just below my elbows. The belt is basically to keep the arms parallel with each other. That's it. Lift out of the collarbones, whatever version you're in. If you don't kick up, working on the base is just fine. Now, Jeannie, walk your legs down until your legs are parallel to the floor, feet level with your hips. And push up from your hips and thighs. That's it, Dan. Good. I think some of you have lost this pose from your playlist. Maybe for good reason. One of those days, huh, Betsy?
Yeah.
You made a sincere effort. That's okay. think. That's better, Jeannie. Good. Now you're got it. All right. Finish up. You go back to uttanasana. This time clasp your elbows, but lift the arms level with your ears. So you're not pulling down or in toward the shins. Crown of my head is touching my forearm, and I pull out from my side torso waist. Keep the side neck long and tuck the chin. Now focus more on the legs, drawing in and up. Gradually go deeper down. Keep the chin relaxed, away from the throat. Release the hands, bring the hands next to the feet if you can. Soften the belly. Focus more on the legs ascending. Soft behind the navel and heart. Breathing freely so the eyes, ears are relaxed. And gradually coming through concave spine into Tadasana. And then headstand next. If you're not doing headstand, take wide stance, forward bend head support. Uttanasana. So tuning into that intuitive physiological memory you have of your years of practice of this pose. Just listening to the body initially, relaxing the breath. Gradually bring fresh receptivity, awareness of this pose today. Observing how the pose may look relatively still to an outside observer, but internally, you're aware of the constant subtle shiftings and balances. You're not trying to hold the body rigid and still, but actually you're sensitive to that internal flow and movement. Those of you who can stay with the pose, go to Baddha Konasana legs. Or just keep the legs straight, that's also fine. Navel back, sacrum, lumbar sacrum tailbone up and a little bit in. And then if possible, take Upavista Konasana legs or go back to extended legs. Strong quadriceps and inner thigh muscles toward the sockets. And then go back to Baddha Konasana. And re-extend the legs straight up. Back to regular sirsasana. Just wait there. Breathe freely. If you're strong in the pose, try coming down with straight legs. Bending the knees is fine. Or even holding briefly with the legs parallel to the floor in Urdhva Dandasana. Or just come down slowly. Come down really slow, Betsy, that's it, good. Sit back on the heels, rest with the head down. All right, take 2 blocks. One under the shoulder blades, one under the head. Pariangasana, it's called, couch pose. Now you can sit either in virasana or dandasana. All right, so you dome back, find the block between your shoulder blades. Keep the head forward initially as you set the back arm with the support. If you need to go to a lower setting with the block, that's fine. And I dome my chest and thoracic, then I find my head support. So if you're in dandasana, strong grounding of the inner thigh, socket, scoop the buttocks under with a little bit of a tuck, and then draw the back side ribs up and out away from that tuck. Breathing freely. Have a sense of the thoracic spine extending to connect through the neck to the base of your skull. And then the upper chest has a sense of inflating, spreading wide. You don't want to feel like you're pushing downward from the chest onto the support block. Extend the arms up and over the head. Widen the shoulder blades, so when you find yourself gripping your neck, spread the shoulder blades off C7 and rotate the deltoids and outer arms up. And bend the elbows and bring the palms to the head support block if you can. Press the little finger side and again rotate the outer arm deltoid up. Put the inner arm downward to the head of the humerus. Draws downward to the socket rather than hitting the arm. Stay there and breathe. If it's too much with the arms over the head, just leave them at your sides. Those of you who can, take the head support block to the next lowest setting, or remain where you are. Dome the upper chest again, inflate it, under and across the inner collarbone. Tongue relaxed. Then try clasping the elbows and doming, extending the elbows. Puff the upper chest now. Maybe switch to cross at the elbows if you're doing that variation. And then bring the arms up and over and breathe as you build up out of pariangasana. If you are in virasana, release and extend your legs. Come out of virasana. After a short break, go back into supta virasana. Full supta virasana. Pariangasana. It's on page 125 of Iyengar Yoga. Degree of difficulty? 2. He has this bizarre scale from 1 to 60. This is a 2. Yeah, that's a 2, right? Yeah, sure. You do that, you'll be in the hospital for 2 days. Look at that dome. Good Lord. Show off. Okay. Page 125 for those of you who are keen to learn. I love that expression. So take that support. Remember to release those floating ribs, Betsy G, huh? Oh, much better tonight. Oh. It's the old story of if somebody asked you, Betsy, how long did it take you to get into this pose? You can say 30 years.
Exactly.
Not bad for a beginner, huh?
Exactly.
Breathe into the side ribs, the back ribs. You want to have a sense of the back ribs and back muscles releasing away from the spinal column. So you don't need to squeeze toward the spine to open the chest. Just let the chest inflate with your breath. If you can release and spread the back ribs. So you're not gripping there at the floating rib kidney area. Okay, 1 more minute. Stay with the pose if you can. And then gradually coming up out of supta virasana. stillness. Okay, take viparita dandasana, your chair back bend, but with your feet into the wall. And everybody take head support today. If you're not doing the chair version, do cross bolsters. I think most of you do the chair version. Feet to the wall. Elevate the legs as you feel necessary, if you need that. And have head support. You might have to go in and out of it a couple times to get the right height for the head support. Still want to be toward the crown of the head, not on the back of the skull. Unless you have neck issues, then you can modify that. Press the palm onto the big toe. Into the wall, roll the outer hips up, make them compact, ground the femur downward. The basic actions of internal rotation, spreading the sacrum, pelvic ribs rolling toward one another, inner thigh descending. So it's really a looping action around every pose. So underneath the stretch of the bowl of the pelvis, internally there's a sense of depth in the bowl of the pelvis, even in the back bend. Feel free to add the arm extension at any time if you do that variation. Some people like to do it right away and others later. So find out what's going to work for you tonight. Now recharge the ball mound of the big toe and the internal rotation. From that groundedness of the thigh, doming the chest, connect those actions. Adjust the pose to stabilize the body, adjust the body to stabilize the breath. The Buddhists have a fancy word for that. Interdependent arising. Every action affects the entire pose and breath. Every movement in the breath affects the pose and the mind. Seeing those interactions. That and health benefits too. And bring the arms up and walk the feet in and breathing as you dome out of the pose. So you don't hold any pressure in your brain. breathe to come up. All right, stepping out of the chair. So having a chair with the back to the wall. I have a little padding here on the back of the chair, draping the arms. It's important that the heels press the front legs of the chair to stabilize it. And then going back over your chair. Dome the chest to take the head back. Raise from the base of the buttocks. Keep the shins in a bit. If you can, take the arms over the head to the wall. Make sure the hands are level. You want to be able to press into the wall. So if you need to be a little closer or farther away, do that. Rotate the outer arms up. As you receive the pose, if you can, walk the hands farther down. You can go below the shoulder blades in this. And bringing the arms to the side, gradually dome out of the chair, just wait there. Dome out of the chair, just wait there. Okay, sit toward the front edge of your chair, reach back, and extend forward. Keep the concave spine though. Widen the collarbones and shoulder blades. Those of you who can drop the arms farther down on the chair, or even the legs, and extend, as long as you're not rounding your back. Knees in, shins in. And inhale, come up. Just wait there. Didn't know I had to be a cinematographer to teach yoga. Okay. So sitting toward the front of the chair, bringing my right arm way up and around. Get this out of the way here. Bringing the arm way up and around. Left hand comes across. You can also lean a little forward and with the bent elbow, press the palm onto the back of the chair. And twist that way. Now push your right hip toward your knee. Otherwise the pelvis just kind of swivels. Right hip to the knee. Lift that left waist floating rhythm and twist. Use the pressure of that right hand to roll the whole shoulder down off the collarbone. Those of you who can, reach down a little farther, grip the leg of the the seat of the chair with that left hand. And sit tall to twist. Right hip pushing toward the knee. Untuck the chin. Okay, release. Just come to the center, and we'll take the second side. So I lean a little forward, take the arm way up and around. And bend the elbow. Now the left hip pushes toward the knee. Roll that left shoulder, upper arm back. Lifting from the right waist, floating river to twist. And release, come out. So legs in dandasana now, sitting on the chair. Oops. Oops. All right. Okay. That's one thing I hope I don't hear my surgeon say. Oops. The legs in dandasana, holding the back of the chair, extending forward. Sliding down to your capacity. Strong inner thighs to the sockets. Spread the sit bones, grip the pelvic ribs toward each other a bit. Those of you who can, reach out to the feet and extend down into pascimotanasana. Or just keep a hold of the seat of the, or legs of the chair. You can also bring the hands to the floor and walk them out. Heart center moving to the space between feet, not contracting toward the spine. Internal length, drawing the thoracic spine with you. And inhale, breath, come up. Advanced relaxation pose. And then set up your shoulder stand. So I was looking at some ancient teachings yesterday. By ancient, I mean a class from 28 years ago with Ramanan. And my note said, shoulder stand should be a backbend. Ooh. What does that mean? It means don't slouch, basically.
Right.
Those are the ancient teachings. You know, it's not necessarily true that just because teachings are really old, they're wise. Some of them are, but not all of them. You have to have some discrimination. All right, so we've opened the chest and got the thoracic spine mobile with some of the previous poses. So really engage the deep inner back muscles. The deepest inner back muscles you can imagine. Not even the actual muscles, but imagine even deeper than that. So you're lifting up off your heart center, off your chest, off your throat, energetically. Everybody talks about inversions for circulatory benefit, and that's all true, but they're very good poses for strengthening the back. So work with that tonight. Finding how to be strong without being aggressive. And then take halasana, plow pose. Then gradually release, either slide off your chair or roll out of halasana. Okay, set up a supported setubhanda, either on a bolster or a block. Elevate the legs as necessary if you need to. Now we're going to take legs up the wall. So it's like you're doing viparita karani, but no bolster under the hips. Just have a belt around your thighs. How close you are to the wall is determined by being able to keep your lumbar curved. So you may not be flush to the wall from the sit bones to the heels. You may have to move a little back. So just legs up the wall tonight with a belt around the thighs without the bolster. We'll just start at the sides and roll it. Tuck the shoulder under and roll. And adjust your pelvis and your shoulders. You want to use an eye bag or something, a cloth over the eyes, feel free to do that. Or not. Yeah. So do be as close to the wall as you can with your sit bones, but be able to keep a little lumbar curve so you're not flattening it out. It's natural. Settle into the breath, settle into the earth. I don't think that method is going to work in this pose, Dan. I would be leery of your neck. Release the strap, roll to the side, and take shavasana. refreshing your awareness, your mindfulness if you've drifted or gotten sleepy or dull. Awareness is always fresh, effortless, spontaneous. There's no need to bring in another state of mind that's better than awareness itself. Whatever is arising arises in that vast sky-like space of awareness. There's no need to try to hold it, just be present as it. And just let go of doing shavasana. Just be in shavasana. Dedicating and sharing the merit gathered through their practice, the lasting happiness, welfare, and freedom for all beings everywhere. Om Purnamida Purnam Gacchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Namaste. Thank you. Stay well. Swaha. Vimaho.
Thank you, William.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, William.